Like, find other people who are going through it and go through it together, okay? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the CPA Tea, where I'm here to let you guys know the tea, let you guys know any advice that I may have, you know, when I went through like the CPA process, being an accountant, etc. Let me know what y'all want to know and I will let you know. Alright, let's get into it. So in my other video I talked about my experience when I was studying for 2 of the CPA exams. My first 2 that I took, FAR and Reg. Disclaimer, this is my experience. Just letting y'all know what my experience is, what worked for me, what didn't, etc. You know. Okay, so as I mentioned in my other video, if you haven't watched it, you know, you can pause this and go watch it. If you're a student and you're taking the CPA exam, I was a student when I took FAR and regulations. That's why I kind of broke it out into a different video. Stop this video, go watch that, and then come back to this one. Or you can watch this one and then watch that one. Either way, make sure you check out that video because, you know, as I mentioned, I would highly recommend studying for your CPA exam or beginning to study or trying to take any part, if you can, while you're in school. Or unless you can take like a break and take it in between. Some people have done that, but yeah. So, BC and audit. So I took BC and audit when I had already started working full-time. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I work in New York City for one of the big 4 public accounting firms. And so I thought I was busy when I was in college and studying for the CPA exam until I started working full-time and studying for the CPA exam. Like, bruh, it's a different beast. Like, it is a different beast. So at school, I'm already studying. I'm already in the library. I'm already in the library at 3 a.m. because the library is 24 hours because I need to get work done and I need to get through my papers and projects, etc. So, okay, I'm just studying an extra topic. And also I was in grad school, so like I wasn't taking like 6 courses or anything like that. But nevertheless, looking back, it was a lot easier to study when I was in school than when I started working. Because here's the thing, right? So I'm not, you know, public accounting, especially Big 4, is not your usual 9 to 5. It's a profession. And so when I say that, I'm saying you're going to work maybe 9 or earlier. I get to work at 9 because, you know, I don't know. I'm not a 7 a.m. person. So you get to work in the morning. You have to work until, you know, 6, 7, etc., right? Depending on if you're busy or if you're not busy. Usually, like, my good time is like 6:30. You know, it's like, oh, it's a good day. Like, we're good. I mean, Fridays, you know, we'll leave at 5 sometimes, or depending if I'm really not busy, I'll leave at 5. But like, usually, like, I'm leaving at 6:30. I'm good. I'm happy. So, okay, you leave work at 6:30. That's if you're not busy and you're not in a busy season, right? Or in a very, very busy client or big public client at the time that's very busy. And so let's say you come home. Now you have you have that limited amount of time to study. And I'm not saying it's not doable. It's 100% doable. I did it. Many people do it, etc. But what I'm saying is at school, sometimes, at least my schedule, I didn't have classes every day. I would have classes like maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. So I had other days to do, you know, not only school work, but also CPA work. And I had the rest of the day, like even if I had classes back to back to back, like I'm not in class past like 11. Like that's not gonna happen. But whereas work is unpredictable, you know, you kind of have to work studying around your schedule. And just because you leave at 6:30 does not mean your work stops at 6:30. You may come home, have to log back on for whatever reason. But I just think in terms of flexibility, it was a lot easier when I was in school than when I was working. But I took audit when I was working, and that was actually great because I'm in audit, so I'm in insurance. So it was great because I could actually apply the things that I was learning hands-on at work to the exam. So it worked out, you know, it worked out very well with that. And also BEC at the time was like one of the shortest exams. And so it kind of, like, it wasn't like as if I was taking FAR or reg or anything like that. But coming into a new city, which I moved into a new city, and from Boston, I went to grad school in Boston. So coming into New York City, I wanted to explore the city and do all these other things, but I knew like my priority was CPA exam, and so I knew I had to get through BEC and FAR and audit. Also, especially so that my FAR does not expire, because I would have just not wanted to go through that. Many people do, but I didn't want that. So, and I also wanted to get the exams over with so that I can, so that I wouldn't have to take it with like the new changes and whatnot. So yeah, I would say that it definitely took a lot more discipline. So, you know, coming into the new city, there's so much to do on the weekends. Like friends would be like, oh, let's go here, let's go there, let's go here. But a lot of times I really had to just buckle down and say like, sorry, I can't, you know, I need to study, because I don't have the luxury of studying during the weekday, like, you know, during the day, right? Like I have to wait until at night when I come home, or even at the office. So one of the things that I would recommend is, I personally, me and like a few, like, find other people who are going through it and go through it together, okay? That's what I did. So we would hold study sessions on the weekends. Like we'd go in on Saturday in the office and study. Like we'd be in one of those like big offices or big conference rooms with like the whiteboard. So I'm just sitting here like, if you guys have ever seen the movie The Accountant, I'm just sitting here like writing all this stuff down, like, you know, all this gibberish shit and whatnot, like all these different things on the exam, the topics on the exam, and I'm writing this down, I'm answering questions, and I'm like doing all this other stuff, like really trying to engage myself, and whatnot. But I think that it did definitely help to find people who were also studying, and also so you guys can push each other and have like study sessions and whatnot. It helped me to go outside of my, you know, my bedroom for once, and kind of go in and study in the office and whatnot. Obviously, I'll bring food for the day because I'm a foodie and I like to eat. Snacks, food, etc., whatever it takes, and I will be there at the office all day on a Saturday or on a Sunday. And this is like prior to busy season, right? This is just studying. And then after work, I would just stay. So I'd bring my book and whatnot to work, and I would stay after work. Like I'll go into like a conference room or like, you know, log off, you know, just so it's not like, oh, okay, she's working, let me ping her. No, I'm logged off and open up my book and start studying. So I don't have to come home, because I knew sometimes I would come home and then I'll just sit on my bed, and I just, once I did that, it wasn't gonna happen. No. So hopefully you guys found this useful and found, you know, some pretty good tips. Let me know if you want more information on any of the other sections. Well, yeah, the 4 sections essentially. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.